Welcome back to Red Business in Focus with Cork's local enterprise offices, where we are sharing Cork's business success stories. This week we're joined by John McLoughlin, who is the Managing Director of Alarm Equipment Supplies AES Ireland. John joined the AES team over 10 years ago now, and he's going to be telling us how AES Ltd has grown to be one of Ireland's most successful distributors of electronic security products and what challenges lie ahead facing security systems as they adapt to the effects of local and global challenges. John, you're very welcome to the programme.
Thanks a million, Jonathan.
It's lovely to have you with us. What we're going to do is give you 30 seconds at the start, as we always do, to encapsulate what your business does.
Okay, well basically AES, or Alarm Equipment Supplies, is a Cork-based distributor of electronic security equipment. We service nearly 300 installers nationwide, and we provide such equipment as alarms, CCTV, fire alarms, automatic gates, intercoms, and the likes of that. And we provide a full training and support service to these customers.
So that's good timing, by the way. When you're looking at this, then the business started with a brand that I'm really familiar with, which was Burglar Alarm. And that was a brand that's been around for how long?
50 years now.
Yeah.
And Burglar Alarm used to buy their equipment from either the UK or Dublin-based distributors. So that's where the idea of AES came in, because we had to, back 50 years ago, it took a lot of effort to get equipment down to Cork. So he decided, McLoughlin, the owner, decided we'd set up AES, and ever since.
Of course, the whole industry has exploded in terms of equipment and demand and expectations. It used to be just the thing that the alarm used to ring, hopefully someone would hear it and intervene, whereas now there's so much more that you can do.
There is. I mean, you're probably taking technologies from all over, from different businesses, even like the likes of Apple phones, the whole lot. It's all coming into the industry now. So I mean, technology is growing at a huge pace. So our business is trying to keep up with it.
How have you managed to do that over the last couple of years? Because your business, like everything else, has been impacted by COVID.
Well, COVID was a right knock, I must admit, because it wasn't so much the products, but our customers were gone, you know. So with the help of Leo and I suppose the Cork Chamber, I was faced with a decision, sitting down there with no customers, nothing to do, and through different courses and voucher schemes, you know, we gradually started getting back on our feet. I got great advice, like looking after our cash flows during things, the supports from the government, whatever was available. Leo and Cork Chamber really pushed us to go look for these things, and we got them. Because
your customers were still there, I suppose, that they were having either difficulty or there was issues with access and everything that came with it. Ultimately, they still wanted the best available service, but the challenge that was thrown up meant that you had challenges on your side. So how is the landscape now that we're not quite out the far side of COVID, but at least in a better position?
Well, we're probably busier now than we were before COVID, because there's 2 years of work undone, because a lot of these customers, like schools and places, had closed down. So now that the budgets are coming back into place, staff are going back into their businesses, into their workplace. So all that work has got to be done now, cameras, access control. So yeah, I suppose our problem now is global shortages, you know, between shortages in components and skill sets. That's really what's hitting us at the moment.
Everybody's complaining about the lack of chips. Are you being hit by the lack of chips as well?
Yeah, well, I don't know about the chips, but it goes into all of our equipment seemingly. So, and I heard you on the radio this morning about shortages in hotels, you know, staff in hotels. We're the same, you know, so trying to get people that are actually, you know, interested in the industry in the long term, it's very difficult. So, and the shortage in components makes it impossible for an install.
Well, in your role within the company, you've built up the experience and you've worked with the company for a while. What direction do you think this is travelling? Security is big business now. Is it just going to get bigger as people want and need more things?
It is. It's going to get bigger, and it's going to be more integrated into your normal business management systems. So, you know, you'll have your access control systems, but you'll also have that attached to your heating system. So if there's a door left open and it's affecting your heating system, it'll all be integrated. And I suppose it depends on computers really, because everything's nearly logged back into the computer, how far we go with this.
Is there a big link with the environment? Because that's the thing that a lot of businesses are worried about now, making sure that they're as environmentally solid as they can. But, you know, a lot of what was used in security can just be switched quite quickly to helping people monitor maybe their carbon emissions and how well their buildings are performing.
Yeah, and I was surprised because when I did the Climate Action Ready courses. I was surprised how much of an effect a small company like AES could have on it. Like the packaging that we go through from all these different components is huge. The electric vehicles will be something of the future for us. But I suppose more importantly would be the repair, like automatic gates. Like there's an electronic component to it, but there's a huge mechanical component to it. Like we repair an awful lot of them, especially those that are there 10, 15 years that can't be replaced that easily. We'll actually repair them, you know. So there's a lot of that coming into the climate action and climate ready.
Well, absolutely brilliant to see the company doing so well. The website is aesireland.ie if people want to look you up. John McLoughlin, thanks so much for coming in to us.
Thanks very much.
That is it for this week on Red Business in Focus. Next week, we will be joined by JP Simpson of Big Man Modular, formerly known as Big Man Tidy Homes, and to talk about his growing business, which launched back in 2018. JP is a strong believer that quality and efficiency run hand in hand. This Cork business manufactures energy efficient and cost effective sustainable homes, which we very much look forward to hearing all about and where he got that name from next week on Red Business in Focus, with thanks to Cork's local enterprise offices.